never felt so alive. And my
Whoa. We gotta get something fresh here. Come on, new season, new town trip. Hold on and... Nope.
The whole city tried, burn it down and
there we go. Alrighty, now, where were we? Let's get this thing restarted, freshen this up, and jump into it. As you already know, we are in the town of Louisville. Right now, it's pretty early, and just kind of getting rolling here. It's pretty empty right now, so I'm just roaming around. I'm getting some of my B-roll shots of the town and that. Might as well while it's empty, so you're not bothering anybody. And we are pretty much right next to the main drag, right around this corner. I was checking out if the farmer's market's open yet. It opens up at 9 o'clock, so we'll hit that a little bit later on. So we are on our way to Moxie's Bread Company to get a little breakfast, get a little something in our system, and then we'll kind of sort of maybe hit the local skate park, do a few things, and enjoy the morning. It's cool, but as you can see, it is hazy. And that's not just any normal fog. Unfortunately, that is smoke from some fires going on in Canada. Kind of smells like campfire out here, so it's a little rough today to do this and do like activities. I already have like a sore throat going on just getting here. And as you'll see throughout this video, just give you a heads up, this one and another town trip, Longmont, these two were rough to film between just weather, the smoke, and everything else. So these two are going to bounce around a little bit. As you'll see, definitely my hair's changed, but yeah, these two will bounce around a little bit. But these are designed more or less like this is a day trip for these towns. I mean, you are busy all day long. You are going to leave way too full, but it's fun and it's a cool, just like boom, let's hit this town. And you can, if you actually do these and hit these spots, it doesn't have to be done in a day. I really wanted to film these hikes on a clear day and not one where it was ridiculously smoky. Look at, I mean, it's beautiful. That's such a cool view. So the hikes included in this will be filmed kind of different separately, because by the time I was done with the town, did the skate parks, the farmers market, did all that, I was shot. Like my throat and everything was done. It was, that day, it was pretty much unsafe if you had healthy lungs to be outside more than like a little bit. I was probably outside way too long and I could feel it. That was bad. Well, here we are, back to the video. Just want to give you a little heads up. See, we'll just keep on going. So we're going to hit a couple skate parks. We're going to do the food thing. We're going to hit, for food wise, we're going to do Moxie's Bread Company. That's like the coffee shop I choose. It was kind of hard to choose one though for here, because there's 3 coffee shops on this main strip, kind of like downtown Louisville, and they all have pretty much high reviews. Moxie just popped out to me because they do like a bunch of bread and stuff, so I'll probably just get like a loaf of bread, something kind of cool and different. But check any 3 of the ones out. It's Bittersweet, Moxie Bread Company, and there's another one literally right there. And the name is going to be right here. And it's gone. Sorry for not saying the name, because I don't really remember. Now that's like for the coffee shop breakfast. And then next we're going to hit for lunch, we're going to hit a barbecue spot called Lulu's Barbecue. And then the final spot is going to be Waterloo for kind of like dinner-ish. So we're going to, and that's kind of like bar pub style. Their stuff looks pretty good. It was actually kind of hard to choose food because a lot of the places, there's quite a few spots that look pretty good. And then I mainly stuck with downtown Louisville for food. There is quite a few other options right on the other end of town. There's like this couple like strip malls and that, where there's a really cool spot called Busaba that I'm definitely going to hit. I'll probably do a short and talk about that later on. And then there's a couple other spots that you'll probably see eventually, just not in this video, just in like shorts or whatever. So there's that. And overall, it's a cool little town. This is not far from where I live at all. So this is a cool little spot to check out. And yeah, we're gonna kind of check out some of these other spots. The first thing we're gonna do, let's hit the town, kind of show you what's going on, and yeah. As we head into town, let's start this journey off with some food. We started off with Moxie Bread Company for breakfast. Right across the street from Lulu's Barbecue in downtown Louisville, it offers all your normal coffee shop items, but also has a selection of rotating in-house bread loaves. So I started off the morning with a little tasty pastry and some pick-me-up tea. It's definitely a place worth checking out. There are a couple of these located in Lyons and Boulder as well if you aren't in this area, but this is the original. Our next stop on the food list is a brisk walk to Lulu's Barbecue, where I picked up some house mac and cheese and a pulled pork brisket sandwich. This sandwich was pretty smoky. It was actually better than what I thought it was going to be. So overall, yeah, I'd recommend grabbing that. And it was cool because you get a little bit of the pork, you get a little bit of brisket, and a nice little compact sandwich. I would like to go back sometime and just try out just brisket or just pork and really try and see what they're like by themselves. Lulu's has a nice little back patio and bar for a cool little backyard feel. Overall, it's a solid spot to try out. The final meal today was on the other end of downtown Strip. It's a 2-story rooftop restaurant bar. Here, I rolled with something a little lighter and got a 3-taco sampler. The steak taco was by far the best one of the 3 that I ate. So if you're just going with one style, definitely get the steak taco. They do also offer happy hours as well. They usually post it online because it kind of rotates what's on special and everything. So if you're more into that and you want to get a little drink with your thing, definitely check that out. Those were the 3 main places I hit for food on this journey. I had some ice cream during the town portion of the trip that you'll see later on. Please let me know if you hit this town and let me know other spots we're checking out. Now that we're full of food, it's time to work some of that off. We're going to continue the adventure into things to do in and around the town. Let's get into it. And welcome back into Louisville. We're downtown, rolling over to the farmers market. So this happens usually like early mid-May through all the way through the summer. And we're gonna go check it out. We're a little early, but that's fine. And it's just a beautiful morning, so let's go check this out, see what we can see. It looks pretty big. I got a couple shots overhead. It looks way bigger than I thought it was gonna be, so kind of excited. Let's see what we find. It's cooler than I thought it would be. It's actually way bigger than I thought it would be compared to some of the other farmers markets I've kind of hit around here, and it's like right in my backyard. So it's pretty cool. And I should not have eaten before coming here. That was a mistake, but oh well. I'll definitely come back. I'll 100% come back and like try some more of this stuff out, because there's a pretty cool variety of thing. I mean, you have like a little dog bone spot, you got even just like a little liquor stand, you got soaps, you got candles, you got all kinds of fresh foods, anything you can think of. And it was way cooler than I thought here. Way bigger than I thought. And yeah, I would definitely recommend coming here. This happens on Saturdays, like 8:39ish to like 1ish. And I'd probably recommend coming here earlier in the morning just because it's cooler. Let's head up to the next spot. We're gonna head over to the skate park and pull the bike off and enjoy the day. Boom! As you can see, we are at a skate park. And this is the Louisville skate park. It's pretty cool. It's not huge, but it has a pretty cool variety of kind of features and stuff you can do. We have this neat little peanut bowl. It's kind of sketchy on a bike, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty steep. You have this neat little street section right over here where that bar is. There's a nice little jump out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can play on here. And then this bowl's cool. It has a pretty decent spine right here, and you can kind of play around. This area of the bowl is pretty tight, so it's neat because you really have to know what you're doing inside this section here, because by the time you're done with one thing, you're already going up the next feature, which is cool. But this side is really nice for beginners to start out. It has like a lot of very tame features, but and it has a really decent hop out here. Like, you can session this all day long. Bop in there, come straight down, hop out here, and the transition's really tame. And another cool feature, I really like this because I'm still learning pegs on this thing, and this is such a great rail for just beginning, because you can like ride right up onto it. It's pretty mellow, it's not too tall, it slowly gradually gets taller as you go. It's perfect to like kind of get yourself going. But welcome to Louisville Skate Park. This is one of two skate parks we're going to hit today for this town trip. This is the actual Louisville skate park. We're going to hit a second one called Superior Skate Park. No, it's Superior. It is in Superior, it's not Louisville, but it's literally like 10 minutes from this one. So I'm going to just kind of pair it with it because they're so close. You might as well just bop over. In Superior, I'm not going to really do a town trip for. I can't really do a town trip out of it. We're here enjoying the day. Cool park. So let's dive in. Let's hit this rail a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit of music going. Let's enjoy this little session we're going to have here. We'll move on to the next part and let's dive into it. Have fun.
Do you lie awake at night? Are you afraid to turn out the lights? Is there something you're scared of? What's there out in the dark? Whoa. Make sure to keep all your windows locked. Do you surrender? You try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here. Oh, anywhere but here. Wanting something good to come, waiting for things to run away from. Are you just hiding? Yeah, walking into the fire, talking like you never die, like you're immortal. You try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other
there you have it, Louisville Skate Park. Let's head off to the second skate park of this town trip, over to Superior. We'll see you there. Let's go. All right, so we have arrived at the Superior Skate Park. It's a pretty small park. It has some kind of mountain bike-ish kind of dirt trails to the side of it. It has a pretty neat, tight little pump track that's a lot of fun. And it has a kind of a cool bowl. The street section is small. Overall, it's a neat spot to check out. I mean, it's not worth coming to this and giving it a try. And like I said, it's 10 minutes outside Louisville, and we're here. And so let's just kind of dive into it. This was a pretty quick session. There's no drone footage here. I'm not allowed to fly the drone in this area, so I did the best I could with some of the footage. So this will be a little bit quicker. Here's a quick recap. Here's a little bit of stuff going on. I kind of hit there's a hip that makes me go to the right. Kind of hit that a little bit, hit the bowl, hit the pump track a little bit. Here's a little bit of everything, and there you go.
Oh, I see why you hit that. That feels good. I really like that edge. That feels really good. You kind of come at it at a weird angle though.
Welcome to the first little thing for Louisville we're doing today. And as you can see, it's not the same day anymore. You can actually see more than a quarter mile today. The smoke is gone. That's kind of partially the reason why I'm filming it today, because it would have been kind of dumb then. And also, Louisville trip, I got a lot of it done, but after I did the town portion, when I was about to do the hikes and then go to the bouldering gym, whew, it was a little rough. I was pretty much shot at that point. I just had to stop, but my throat was killing me. It's just gross out with all the smoke and everything else. So we are here on the first hike of the day, and this one is actually in Louisville. So Louisville has a bunch of like cool little hiking, walking trails kind of along this like large mesa area, and this one looks really cool. It's about 3 miles. It's accessible to anybody. Right to my right here, that's a little dog park. This is a biking trail, hiking trail, jogging trail. It's a multi-use trail. It's nothing really too hard, but it is beautiful and scenic the whole time. I mean, boom, look at this. Beautiful stuff. All right, so there won't be a long version of this hike, just because this is pretty much just like a big 3-mile loop that goes through. So probably what I film in here is probably plenty. So here we go. It's going to be a little bit of walking, and then it'll cut to like some pretty drone footage and that, and I'll talk again at probably like the halfway point of this trail. I think there's like a cool main kind of like overlook-ish spot closer to the highway, I think. I don't know. We'll see. When I talk again, I can talk again. See you then. And we are pretty much a little past the halfway point. Right next to the highway here. And overall, it's a really pretty hike. Like I said, it's just like more or less just kind of like a stroll through just this pretty green grass and all that. And this stuff is super green right now. Sun's kind of going down. It's really pretty for that. Wear some sunglasses because half the hike you're going towards it and it's kind of a little bit rough. You're squinting a little bit. But overall, this is cool. I mean, it's hard. Like, this is a hike, I'd say. It's kind of flat. I don't know, but it is a hike. But it's beautiful. I mean, you just get endless views of the Front Range here. And then right over here, right there, see that big old valley? It might be hard to see right now just with kind of this, it just looks like a silhouette. But right there, there's a big divot right there. And that is El Dorado Canyon. So this was kind of cool. The name of the trail is Boom. Go away. There it goes. Okay. And overall, it's cool. Like I said, it's accessible for pretty much anybody. You can't go wrong with the views. It's beautiful. Worth stopping by and checking it out. There's a couple loops you can do. This is the long loop. This one's 3 miles. But then there's like a 1.25 mile loop that cuts off at like this big choke point where the whole trail kind of is a big X at the cutoff point where you would just go left and then that's like the short route, or you can keep going right. If you take a right, then it'll take you to the big loop. And yeah, quiet, nice little hike. Well, quiet 90% of the way. I'm just like right up against the highway here. So yeah, here's probably a couple more shots of it fading out, and we will move on to the next adventure for Louisville. All right, as you can see, we're at the City of Louisville's museum. It's actually really nice. It's quiet. It's a few blocks from kind of like the main kind of bopping part of town, so it's nice. It's a little more tame, quieter. I'll take it. It's relaxing. So this is the downtown. This is the town part of the town trip. And so I just finished up eating lunch. A little sluggish right now from that barbecue. That was really good. And we're here at the museum, and I'll highlight some of the shops and that like I normally do with these town trip videos. So yeah, we're here at the museum and checking it out. It's just chillax. It's got to be a pretty half decent day for how like smoky and junky it is. So what it looks like here, I think these couple yellowish buildings here, over there, here, and here are kind of like the main parts of the museum you can kind of check out. So there was a sign on the front door that said find the tour guides if they're not, if that sign is up. So back here, we'll walk around, kind of look around. This is like called like the Peace Garden, and you know, it's nice. It's quiet. I like it. I'm excited to do these again. I'm having a lot of fun. These are just a blast. So let's learn a little bit about this town and keep on roaming around. And probably at this point there's going to be some narration going on, kind of talk about the shops, talk about here, talk about the history, and yeah, let's keep on rolling with it.
We now enter the final leg, so let's head into exploring the town. We will now do a run through of some spots you may want to check out while visiting downtown. Let's get rolling. Starting with Bittersweet, and right next to it is this cool little back alley where Switch is located, along with one of the entrances to Little Horse. This looks like a pretty cool spot to check out on a nice evening. Tucked away in this little alley kind of feel back here. It's just nice. It feels like a little getaway. There's also Giovanniti coffee roasters, assorted goods and candies, Sweet Cow, and Lucky Pie. The Archer plus the Ram. Now that we're close by, let's take a quick little break and check out some of the local history at the Louisville Museum. The town currently is sitting at about 21,000 residents. It officially became an incorporated town in 1882, but existed for a good amount of time as just a small mining community. The first major mine was called the Welsh Mine. It was established in the 1800s, extracting coal mainly used for heat. It is now a prospering town, trying to preserve the past but also keep itself modern. The museum features some artifacts and a lot of information on some of the key buildings and events that shaped the area. It's also cool to see the past history on some of these buildings before going in and exploring what they are today. There is some interesting information on the founders of the town and the struggles residents went through while it was predominantly a mining community. Now that you know a brief history, let's check out some more stores and shops to stop at. Beginning with South Street Market, which is like a high-end bodega, more or less. Creative Farming Art Gallery, Riverwalk Flowers and Gifts, Acme Fine Goods, Modern Folklore. Little Horse, which is a cool thrifty spot with all kinds of goodies to see, ranging from records and tapes to books and whatever. It's really cool what they got packed in this little place. Green Pony, Bob's Diner, Zuka's Italian, Double Happy Chinese, The Melting Pot Fondue, The Singing Cook, which was a little unique, you know? It was like this cool little unique kitchenware kind of boutique thing. Something I haven't really seen much before, so I just thought I'd kind of feature this one. The Huckleberry, Crystal Springs Brewing Company, Pitch Karaoke, The Corner, Henry's Bar and Grill, Tilt Pinball, a neat underground arcade perfect for the young ones to check out with a fun sloping entrance to get in. This all but it concludes this portion of the trip. Let's grab some yummy Sweet Cow ice cream and check in on how we're doing.
Alrighty, got the Sweet Cow here, wandering back to where I parked, and we're gonna give this a try. As you can see, I already took a bite. This is one of the best ice cream I've had out here. If you're a brewery fan, right along this strip here, there are like 2 or 3 of them. I have them in the video. If you go back, the one looks really cool. It literally looks like just like a house and then put a brewery in it. So I mean, it's just a neat kind of aesthetic and feel. And like I said before, and this happens on a lot of town trips that I do, I can't visit and look at everything, especially like food wise. So I hope to hit some of the other spots here that I've missed that are kind of big and popular. I can only eat so much in a day. I can only do so much in a day. So hopefully those will be included in some shorts in the future that I'll go there and eat and try it out and, you know, give it a try. Behind me is Henry's Bar and Grill. It's not a grill, it's literally a bar. Just a heads up, they don't serve food. But it's like the local dive pretty much. And I really think this building's cool. I don't know what that is. It looks like old. Maybe I should look into it. But yeah, now I'm just rambling on. So pretty much that's the end of this portion of the town trip. Just wander around, just enjoying the place. It's really cool. It's interesting though, like just in this area a lot, and even in like a lot of town trips into the Rockies, a lot of them kind of have a similar startup. A lot of them just kind of started off as pretty much just like a one-way street, a mine, a little tavern, a couple little odds and ends, but it's always interesting. They all kind of started from different things. Like this one was like a little coal town at first, and a lot of the communities, it could be a silver town, could be a gold.
Well, don't you just love some audio issues? Well, I just wanted to wrap up a couple odds and ends here before we conclude the video. First off, Sweet Cow is one of my favorite ice cream places I've had out here. Definitely worth stopping by. This was an enjoyable trip and worth stopping for the day. I enjoy exploring these lesser known towns just as much as the touristy ones. They both kind of have their own sort of charm to them. Whenever you're traveling and have some extra time, go a little bit out of the way and hit the place most don't. You have no idea what adventure is waiting for you. A couple other things I wanted to highlight and wasn't able to showcase because of the complications of the weather and everything else is to check out the Spot Climbing Gym. It is a huge indoor rock climbing gym that can be a lot of fun. I will have a short on this soon. Also, another hiking area not far from town is El Dorado Canyon. It is an absolutely beautiful place that has hikes and rock climbing ranging from easy to hard. I would recommend trying to get there during golden hour, which is kind of like the final hour or so before the sun really kind of starts to set and everything gets this like kind of golden hue. It is gorgeous there. You will not regret it. One of the last things I wanted to touch on that was cut off during the audio issues was telling you about some breweries in town if you're more or less into like getting like a brewery kind of thing. They include Mother Tucker, Gravity, Crystal Springs, 12 Degree, and Red Garden Brewery. Okay, I think that's everything. Thank you for getting to this point in the video, and please like, comment, subscribe, whatever you like if you want to see more of these. I'll see you on the next one in Longmont. See you there.